I want us to briefly listen to Bumula Member of Parliament, Wamboka, for his sentiments are going to inform the basis of our analysis.
Wakati wanaunda barabara hatuko. Wakati wanaandika wanajeshi hatuko. Wakati wanaandika walimu hatuko. Hatuko. Ile pesa inaenda Elgeyo Marakwet. Ile pesa inaenda Nandi. Ile pesa inaenda Kiambu. Wakikupatia uwezi hata angalia. Kombea na ile pesa inakuja hapa. KRA mzima wanafanya recruitment. Kabila mbili iko na 60%. Paka koti inasema je, huu ni ungwana? Hapana. Na unapata mtu hapa anatuambia serikali yetu. Serikali gani ambayo sisi tumekuwa? Ingekuwa serikali yetu, barabara zilikuwa zimekwama. Msiku Birigibadi ilikuwa imekwama. Msikoma Doro ilikuwa imekwama. Kimaeti Mianga ilikuwa imekwama. Mianga Malakisi ilikuwa imekwama. Hapana. Porojo. Mheshimiwa Ruto, wacha kudanganya.
Ndugu zetu wa Kikuyu na Wakalenjin, Ruto ni wa mwisho. Wacha jamii zingine pia zichukue hiyo kiti. We are a country of 43. Yani ping pong, hata mpira. Kenyatta.
Thus, Bumula Member of Parliament, Wamboka. Bumula is a constituency in Bungoma County, mainly dominated by the Bukusus. And if you listen to Wetangula's narrative, anytime he's in Bungoma, he has been telling Bungoma residents to be proud that they are in government. But is there anything that can make residents of Bungoma proud of being in government? Nothing. I've always maintained that if Wetangula does not change that narrative, then it's just a matter of time before he becomes completely irrelevant in that part of the nation. Wamboka is bringing a very interesting dynamic to the Bungoma politics. He's bringing the aspect of the two-tribe domination against other Kenyan tribes. And is just trying to counter Wetangula's narrative. And also, if you look in Tanzania, another county dominated by the Bukusus, Natembe has been trying to introduce this narrative of liberating the people from the yokes of poverty. So if you listen to Wetangula, and then you listen to Wamboka and George Natembeya, you are seeing Wetangula's narrative is off the mark. His narrative is not actually convincing to the ground. But listening to Wamboka, listening to George Natembeya, their narratives can at least convince the ground. I want us to put those remarks into perspective. In case you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe in order not to miss our next video. Let's proceed. Let me start by saying this. If you look at Kenya Kwanza politics, it's a politics based on propaganda and deceit. William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza Brigade have created an impression, and they have even convinced their supporters that in the event William Ruto rules and retires, then Rigathi Gachagua will take over. Even though they have not come out expressly to say so, that is the impression that has been created on the ground. So a good majority of Kenya Kwanza supporters, they know that in the event William Ruto rules and retires, then Rigathi Gachagua will obviously take after him. And to change that kind of a feel and a mentality is not very easy, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm saying that because we saw that with Uhuru and Ruto. Uhuru made a very big blunder by saying that after he retires, William Ruto was to take after him. So to convince the ground against that kind of a narrative became very hard for Uhuru Kenyatta. To a point he tried, but the ground rebelled against him because already he had made them believe that William Ruto was to take over. If you look at Kenya Kwanza, the mere fact that Rigathi Gachagua is the deputy president, that in itself is creating this impression that already William Ruto has endorsed him to succeed him. And if William Ruto cannot relieve Rigathi Gachagua out of that position, then it will be very hard for William Ruto, in the event he retires, to convince even his backyard, the Kalenjins, and even the mountain, not to vote for Rigathi Gachagua. It will be very hard. And I'm saying, should Rigathi continues being Ruto's deputy, the Kalenjin nation and the mountain will most definitely rally around Rigathi Gachagua, at least those supporting Kenya Kwanza. And now look at Musalia Mudavadi. He's being told to fold his party to join Kenya Kwanza. And I know the same pressure is being put on Wetangula. If these two loyal leaders fold their parties to join UDAM, then they'll have nothing to bargain with in the event Kenya Kwanza is forming a government. And that will be the end of Mudavadi and the end of Wetangula. So they'll just be used, and when now William Ruto will be leaving power, they'll be forced to support somebody from the mountain. That's what I'm saying here, ladies and gentlemen. So this aspect of this talk that William Ruto is preparing Musalia or somebody not necessarily from the mountain, those are just propaganda to enable William Ruto make inroads in Western and in other parts of the country. But now look at William Ruto. Any appointment he makes, he takes them to his own backyard of the Kalenjin Rift Valley and to the mountain. What it takes to Western, to Coast, and to Nyanza are just empty politics. And this is why I strongly believe that if Kenyans don't wake up to this reality, then the Kalenjins and the Kikuyus will continue rotating power between them. It's high time Kenyans to wake up. If William Ruto really wanted to support somebody outside of the Kalenjin and outside of the mountain, then Kenyans ought to be seeing that right now. He should tell Rigathi to actually relieve himself from being his deputy. Let him appoint somebody who does not come from the mountain or from the Kalenjin to deputize him. As long as he's still being deputized by somebody from the mountain, Kenyans should know that even if Ruto retires, their supporters will still just rally around somebody from the mountain or from the Kalenjin Rift Valley. It's high time Kenyans wake up to understand these things. As I conclude, Jack Wamboka's remarks, if he continues with that narrative, and then Natembea also continues with this narrative, then I'm seeing Moses Masika Wetangula going to be even in a bigger problem than he is currently in. Because these two politicians, Jack Wamboka has been very vocal, Natembea has been very vocal. The moment they continue pushing that narrative, the ground will start asking themselves, what are we gaining from a Kenya Kwanza regime? Nothing. Nothing. And that will be the beginning of Wetangula's downfall and the downfall of William Samoei Ruto. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Any other person who may want to support our forum, contact me through that number below. Let's meet in our next video. Thank you.